Question 23. This is a question about equation of straight line again. But this question is better than the similar type question few years in the previous year. It's because only one line is involved and we only have two unknown A and B. So it's relatively easy. And don't forget to handle this kind of inequality. You should set up a table to list out are they positive or negative. First, to handle the inequality. Before we start, they give us the equation in standard form, but I want slope-intercept form. So ax plus by plus 15u0. So make y be the subject. And then afterward, we know that the slope is this one. And also the y-intercept in terms of A and B. So now we are going to look at our by observation, this line is downward sloping, so we know that the slope is smaller than 0. That means negative A over B is more than 0. But before we proceed, we have to be very careful because B may be negative. So if we both sides times B, it may trigger the change of our direction. So we can't continue here. We have to hold for a while and then until we find out is B positive or negative. Now we try to focus on the y-intercept. The y-intercept is above the ground. So we can draw a conclusion that negative 15 over b is larger than 0, is positive. So for a negative to divide it by some value such that it become positive, it must be negative values. So, or you may write 15 over b is less than 0. So b is a negative values. Now we know that b is negative. Afterward, then we go back to our slope calculation. Now I know that b is some negative value. So when I both sides times b, 0 times b, then this one will trigger a change in the direction. Negative a is larger than 0. That means a is smaller than 0. A is also a negative values. But this is not enough to draw conclusion here, so we have to continue to get more detailed results. Just now I just simply say that it's larger than 0, but we find this point here, so I can say this point is less than 3. Negative 15 over b is less than 3. Again, both sides times b is trigger change because b is negative. And then both sides divide by 3. B is more than negative 5. So we can draw the conclusion b is smaller than negative 5, not bigger than negative 5. The statement 3 is wrong. To consider a, we have to use this information because we didn't use this yet. And then this point, we have to find out the x-intercept. For x-intercept, we are considering when y equal to 0. So ax plus 0 plus 15u0. This position is negative 15 over a. Then we can draw the conclusion negative 15 over a is larger than 5. Since a is also negative, so this 5a will trigger a change in direction. A is larger than negative 3. So the first statement, a is larger than negative 3, while b is even smaller than negative 5. So a is larger. And the second statement is also correct, so the answer is a. Or even though a little bit risky, but if you realize that the third one must be wrong, then you can choose A directly. But if you have time, if time allows, you should check all the three statements to get a more secure answer.